do you compare the new coin with stock in the stock market, or a different or a different coin or different currency? Meaning, if you want to get this new coin, you call somebody or go online and put some deposit of dollars, your currency, to get these coins. What's the difference between doing this and buying a stock for the same, putting dollars and getting a stock, or putting the same dollars to get euros? So the euro or the stock are the product that you are buying. Now you are buying the new. What's the difference in this transaction?
Well, there's different exchanges to get into stock market. So I don't play in the stock market much. My wife has got her 401ks, which I'm embarrassed to say because they're not gaining anything. So I'm not an expert on the stock market, but there's different exchanges you can get on to buy cryptocurrency.
No, I meant buying something, even buying a suit. Just put some dollars and get a product, whatever the product is.
So buying with a cryptocurrency.
Why? No, you start to get it first before you buy with it. You get it by putting your coins, your dollars, to get it. Like exactly, you put your dollars to get a piece of meat, or a piece of cloth, or a shirt, or a euro, something. You put your dollars to get something. So all of these are products.
Right.
So what are you going to do with the new coin? You can't eat the meat or or take the shirt, but what are you going to do with the coin, with the new currency?
I'm not sure if I'm catching all of that.
Are you asking Dr. Wahby, once we have that coin, what are we going to do with it? Are we going to
something like that? Yeah.
Okay, so once you've got the coin, can you spend it and go buy a shirt, or can you buy some meat? Can you go shopping with it? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Well, pretty much right now, most of your shopping with, and I'll use Bitcoin, is online. There's hundreds of thousands of places you can do online. Tens of thousands, I'll say tens of thousands. I know there's an enormous amount that will do it online. A lot of big names that you're familiar with. Then there's more brick and mortar places that are taking it. It's a little harder to transact business that way, but you're going to see it come mainstream. And I mentioned one that's coming out that's going to do rebates, and you're going to be able to spend it at different places. And their model is starting out online, and this fall the second phase of that model is to bring in the merchants, the brick and mortar merchants, the hair salons to whatever, and you'll be able to go there because we're using our phones anyhow pretty much to do transactions. So you'll be able to pay a certain percentage, say in dollars, you'll pay a certain percentage in cryptocurrency, whatever they're taking. And there's benefits for them. There's benefits for everybody. Let's talk about the merchant. The merchant's going to save on transaction fees. They're going to be able to take an appreciating asset. They can hold on to that asset if they so choose. I know most merchants, being a merchant, the cash flow is a big thing. So the chances are they're not going to hold on to too much. They're going to convert it back to dollars as soon as they can. So a merchant wants convertibility.
Okay. Another question: can we get the slide that has the history of
Absolutely.
of exchanging? Since people lived, it has always been exchange of services or products. So back then, before money was invented, I think, I wasn't there, but I think what they did, you give me some of your rice and I give you some of my meat. Or you go come and fix this door for me because you're a carpenter and I'm a plumber, so I go fix your plumbing. So it's exchange of services in a sense. And by civilization thing, maybe you don't need my services now, but you need to take the price of whatever you're giving me. So people came up with the precious metals, and because you can go with pieces of gold all the time, so they made replacement document, meaning this piece of paper like a photocopy of the original. So you don't go around with your original, you go with the photocopy and you go back, but it has the same value of it. So this piece, the dollar, is covered by a certain amount of gold at the time. So instead of giving you a piece of gold, I give you the dollar, so it could be easier in putting in your pocket and dealing with it. Now this happened, and all these changes that I can see, even the credit cards, are still doing the same thing, but changing the modality instead of having money I have the credit card, which has money in the bank, So I go into Walmart and give $5 in here, and the money is still paid. Paid online, fine, digital, but the idea of exchanging services for value, still the same. So what would happen, what is new about the cryptocurrency in that context? Because I can get euros for my dollars. So why should I get cryptocurrency?
Why should you get cryptocurrency? Well, for a lot of reasons. All the merchant's going to be paying less fees. If the merchant is paying less fees, hopefully the merchant's going to turn those savings over to the consumer. And so the consumer will spend less money for the product. Also, if you do, anybody travels at all, if you're moving around the world and the planet, you've got to convert to so many different kinds of currencies, and you're paying fees, you're stopping and paying huge fees at the airports for dollars. And you can do this in cryptocurrency for next to nothing. So the mobility. So we need a currency that's of the times. And we talk about the Internet of Things and how machines are going to communicate with each other and how we communicate with machines. And the currencies are going to be able to you could be able to pay in micro payments. So the idea is savings and convertibility. The world has gotten smaller, and look at your class, quite a diversified class of people that are coming from half a world away, and somehow they've got to convert money, and chances are that a lot of them have paid a lot of fees in convertibility.
How about this idea of new world order that will be one government, one currency, and you go anywhere, you just pay whatever. So people coming from the other countries need not to change because the same thing. Like you go between the states here, you have the same dollar, just a micro. So is it the same thing or different?
Well, as far as a one world order, I mean, that's, as a faithful person and as a Bible believer, that's what is written, but it didn't say not engage in it. So I have a lot of faithful friends that are in it. Where does this end? I don't know. We don't know how that ends. But it didn't say not to engage in it. So I'm engaging.
I didn't go to the theological part of
But-
it. I just went to the image of having one currency. Whatever the system is, just one currency. That saves you changing.
Right. Well, who knows where? I don't know. I don't have the answer on that. On where? Yeah. I mean, I guess I could sit here and speculate. I don't think there's not going to be one cryptocurrency. There's going to be many cryptocurrencies out there, and they'll do different things. But there'll going to be a lot of them are going to be convertible with each other too. So if you're going to the store and you're using dollars, you may use Bitcoin, 1 coin, and 2 coin, and 3 coin, and it's all convertible through the technology.
Now, if I go to Walmart and give them these coins and they say, okay, we'll give you the product. I go to McDonald's, they say, oh, sorry, what that is? It's just a piece of plastic. How are we going to deal with that in society? It's not enforceable by government law.
Right. Well, then the marketplace will play that out. I have a debit card that says BitPay on it, and what I do is I've tied that into my it says BitPay on it. So what I have done is I've
It's done by
converted.
Visa company.
Well, yeah. So I mean, we've not totally arrived yet. We're still the technology is still being worked on, and we don't know where it's going to end up. But I'm converting my cryptocurrency. In this case, that's Bitcoin on there, and it's on a debit card.
But for
So-
a company like Visa to honor it means it's honorable.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
Now, if Visa give me dollars and I don't pay in time, they take 19% or 20% interest. If I take it from this card, that's
Yeah, right. This is a debit card, so yeah, that's just
So-
yeah, I move money on it if I don't have enough, and then of course they're not going to take it. So,
talking about security. When you mentioned something very interesting, it's not hackable or unhackable or inhackable. I'm not sure about English.
Mhm.
What do they have technology? Because they are on the internet also. So if they have a system that's so secure, do you say unhackable or inhackable?
Yep.
Something like that.
Yep.
Why don't they banks and other companies like whatever was backing Best Buy or something, buy this software or this firewall and be safe?
Well, they are. Companies are embracing the blockchain technology, and they're coming up with their own blockchain. There's going to be hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of blockchains before it's all done and said. Different companies will have their own blockchains. And once the information is put on the blockchain, it's there and it's secure. So yes, a lot of them are. As I said earlier, different credit cards have been hacked. Home Depot, I always remember Home Depot because I do business with Home Depot. Their credit cards got hacked. So a lot of companies, a lot of businesses will go on the blockchain.
Without getting into politics, the government was hacked. The parties have been hacked. So why don't they use the same technology and not hacked?
Well, they actually are. If you follow fintech, financial technology, governments are embracing it. Not to get into politics, but Trump just hired a technology person that's very favorable toward blockchain and cryptocurrency. Where it goes, I have no idea, but everything is heading that way. It is going to happen. It's just a matter of the train is leaving the station. It's just what part of the train are you going to be on? Are you going to be on the front end? You're going to be an early adopter or an investor, early user, and gain knowledge before the masses, or are you going to get in through osmosis when it becomes mainstream?